Welcome back, everybody, to the third event of the Junior Duo League hosted by the Born Network's Marble Championship. Today we have climbing, our second duo event where one marble will roll down the ramp and then push the other marble as far up the incline as they can go. Hello, everybody. I am Spenny, and I'm joined once again by Shimmer.
Hello guys, I'm glad to be here as we're looking at this really nice straight looking course here to see how these marbles are going to test their skills and strength as going as high as possible. As we're going to get straight into the event here, starting us off with the Aztec Medallions and the Heartbreakers going first. So the one marble will be trying to shoot their other teammates as high as possible and try to get themselves a better distance. As looking at this first run here, we have the Aztec Medallions who have a better result here, nearly reaching that 89, I would assume. No, it's just a bit short, 88.7, which is how they'll start things off, and they will get another try in the second lane to see if they can try to improve that result.
Of course, we want to make things as fair as possible, and the Heartbreakers take a big win over the Aztec Medallions in the second run. Each team will get a chance in either lane, so there is no biases or unfairness. And are they going to beat the Aztec Medallions? They improve, but no. The 88-7 of the Aztec Medallions will be the lead after the first two runs.
Now we move on to our second one. We have the Flash Flavors and the Wisterias going up next. And with that big bump there, the Flash Flavors pull ahead there to take the good result here. However, for the Wisterias, though, I didn't have a proper check. It looks like did they reach 70? Yeah, they did, but nowhere close to 80. We're looking at from the Flash Flavors, only reaching 86. Wisteria is just barely reaching 70 with a 70.4. Not a great result from them. But let's see if they can try to improve in the second run. They really need to make a major improvement on that. And what you looking at from the Wisterias? I think they almost passed 90, but I don't think that's that enough, though.
Fantastic push. Let's have a look. I think it is over 90. From the Wisterias, no, not quite, 89.8, but it's still going to be the lead so far, while the Flash Flavors, that 86, is only good enough for last, as we head to the Royal Lions and the Surfin' Birds. Yellow versus blue here. They get released, and who has a good push? Look at the Royal Lions on the top. That is definitely over 90.
Yeah, that was an easy comforting run over 90 meters there. It might have reached past 94 there. And yes, it's right on the dot. 94 flat there by the Royal Lions. That is a very impressive result by them. Surfing Birds going all on sevens with 77.7. But let's see if they can try to get a better result here. And the Royal Lions, they passed 90 again. The Royal Lions managed to do another impressive run there. And that is definitely going to be a hard run to beat after those two runs, but it's only the best result, so 94, that could be a tough contender to be a good result to beat.
The Surfing Birds improved to an 82, but that is quite far. That's about 4 centimeters behind the next best team, so that is last as we head to the Fire Tridents and the Laffy Taffy. And look at the Fire Tridents on the top. They almost go off the screen. Laffy Taffy had no answer for that on the bottom. Let's have a look at that much more closer. That's almost 100.
Yeah, I take back what I said there. 96.8 by the Fire Tridents. After what I said about with Royal Lions getting 94, now that's a new tough one to beat there. Man, that was a really impressive run there. And meanwhile, in the second run, looks like I don't think they have improved their run. Maybe Laffy Taffy, I wasn't pretty sure. I might have forgotten, but still quite a close run here. Fire Tridents did barely take that good result there. And Laffy Taffy, they did improve that result, but that result is going to put them down in dead last. As for Fire Tridents, that 96.8 is going to put them in P1. As we're now halfway through, Fire Tridents, then it's the Royal Lions, and the Wisterias, rounding out the top three.
The Royal Lions, if you remember in the first event, they got tied dead last. In the last event, they barely missed out on the final, and now they are maybe going to get a medal here. So the Royal Lions well on their way up the leaderboard as we start the second half. The Crusading Crayons and the Shamballers, both yellow teams. We got a bit of a battle here, and it's close between them. Crusading Crayons on the top lane is going to go further on the first attempt. Let's have a look. How far did they go? I don't think it was quite 90. No, it was. It was a little over.
Oh, but it's not quite though. 89.6, just barely missing out on that 90 mark. Shamballs with an 83.3 there. Just able to skip out on the last place position, and it looks like the Shamballers are going to be able to improve that result. Sadly for Crusading Crayons, they are not going to be able to, but it's a competition between these two yellow marbles. But it was tough to tell from how close it was. And the Shamballers completed 88.7. I think that's the same result as the Aztec Medallions with their best results. And I believe we might have to see what a tie would be, but I believe it might be on their other best results. But anyways, as we're going to be looking through our next team here with the Amazon Lilies and the Red Band Ruffians, and the Red Band Ruffians will be barely taking the win in this one.
Yeah, this side camera has certainly fooled me a few times here, but I can definitely say neither of these two are reaching 90, 84 and 80 respectively. That will be well down the order if neither of them improve in their second runs. But the Red Band Ruffians on top go farther. They switch the lanes. Amazon Lilies on the top. They're gonna go far. I think that's definitely over 90. I am sure of this time. If I am wrong, you can call me out in the comments, but let's have a look. Okay, no, that's definitely over 90. But is it 94? No, 92.1. That's gonna put them in third. They knock the Wisterias off the podium. The Red Band Ruffians not doing too great down there in ninth, as we have the Yooka-Laylees and the Honey Badgers.
Alright, see what we have here, and they are off, and Yooka-Laylees are going to be the ones to take the win. They easily passed the 90. Honey Badgers were not able to, though, but it was still quite an impressive result there from the Yooka-Laylees. And yeah, they did pass 90, but was it past 92, I assume? No, it was not. 91.4. That's still a pretty good result, but it's not inside the podium yet. Honey Badgers, they really need to improve that result. 80.1, that is not great. Let's see if they can do it in a second, but look at the Honey Badgers! Well over past 90, and might have reached 95, but I'm not too sure, but we need to check that replay, and I don't think that was enough. Let's see right there from that point. No, it isn't. 93.9. That puts them in third. They have now moved into the podium, and that's going to be a good result.
We head to the final heat. Scion Sabers and the Dwarven Mines. Dwarven Mines got a bronze medal in the first event, and then in the last event we saw them get dead last. So very mixed fortunes, and it's going to not go well for them here. The Scion Sabers are going to completely overpower them up the hill. Did the Scion Sabers get to 90? Ooh, maybe? I don't know, I've been fooled by this camera before. Not quite. 89.2, the Dwarven Mines in the 70s. They're definitely going to want to improve. That upper lane has seen some good results so far, so they might have a bit of success as they do go down the Dwarven Mines. I think that's going to pass 90, but it's not going to be a podium for either of these teams, I don't think.
Yeah, looking really closely from this camera view, and it does pass 90. It's 90 flat on the dot. That's going to put them best result in 6th place. As for Scion Sabers, who are currently sitting dead last in the overall standings, are going to have to settle for 9th. And that result, with that, the Fire Tridents have gotten themselves another medal by taking a gold this time in climbing. Royal Lions will get themselves a silver, and Honey Badgers take 3rd as well. Well done to those top 3 here. That was amazing results by them. Congratulations.
Honey Badgers and the Fire Tridents will be our first 2 teams to claim 2 medals in this season. And it's only been 3 events, so I think we definitely have a fight for the championship on our hands. And let's not count out, let's say, the Aztec Medallions there in 3rd, or the Shamballers in 4th. Royal Lions jump 6 spots as well, up into 5th. But the Fire Tridents, they take the lead as we head into the very next event, Jousting. We'll see you then.